live.
Hello and good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. I'm Pete Braley. This is my son, Matt.
That's me.
The co-host, executive producer, and I haven't thought up too many more titles yet.
Nice.
I'll work on that today.
All right.
How are you this morning? Welcome to this Thursday. I think here in southern New England, it's going to be a beautiful day today.
It was a little cooler this morning.
It
when
is.
I went outside.
What was it? I think I saw 66 on our... but I don't really trust that thermometer. Do you? The one we have in the kitchen? We have
Not
one
really.
of those.
It gives you a general idea.
Yeah, we have one of those thermometers where you have one part in the kitchen and the sensor we put out in our shed, figuring, that's guarded from the wind and elements. But sometimes when it reads like 95, I'm thinking it's really hot in the shed.
Yeah, really hot days are tough because it gets really hot in the shed. But like cool days, I don't know. It's pretty on.
I used to when I worked at WBSM. For the longest time, we had a thermometer that was set up in the storefront window. The sensor was right outside the window.
Yep.
So the sun would beat on that in the morning because it faces east. So I'd be sitting there at 7:30 in the morning, and I'd look at the thermometer, and I'd say, currently it's 85 degrees. Oh, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. It's January.
We actually ended up, little trade secret, we actually ended up going to the website for the New Bedford Airport and giving you that temperature every half hour instead of what our thermometer said. Because there's no
more
way.
Accurate.
Yeah. There's no way it was 84, at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the show. We invite you to join us in the chat if you have anything you'd like to tell us about or comment on things that we've talked about. I got an interesting email from Nathan. The funny thing is with Nathan, he lives in Florida, and true disclosure here, he is the son of my wife's cousin. Is that right?
I have no idea. I know we're related. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But Nathan, he wrote to us the other day saying that he had been so big. He had a chance to catch up on the shows, which I think is cool. And thank you very much that people check up on the shows if they miss an episode.
Yeah.
And then what Nathan does is he gives me like an itemized, like a numbered list of his responses to certain things we talked about. So it's kind of cool. And if you'd like to try that.
And it helps us out because we forget half the time what we talk about.
That's
so this
right.
is a little refresher course here.
Number one, he says, my signature is a capital N and a capital P with scribbles.
I feel like that's a lot of people. They go with the first and last name, first initial, and that's all that's important.
We were talking this week about how does anybody sign those credit card slips at a restaurant or anywhere with their full?
No,
I do. I write my name, and I think you can. I think you can read it, but other people just
you keep thinking that, buddy.
Yeah, I found out just last week I have bad penmanship. He did ask, what is the name of the place Matt gets his hats from? I would love to check it out.
It is called Culture Kings. CultureKings.com, and it's an Australian company. Well, they're based in Australia, but they have some really cool hats. And they change from time to time. Like, they'll never really keep the same hats around. There's always new hats every couple months.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Culture Kings?
Culture Kings, yeah.
Okay. He said, my dad still has a flip phone. Okay, well,
I don't even know they made those anymore.
Pete, I am in the same boat as you. I also have an iPhone 10 or iPhone X. And I am waiting for the next one to come out to upgrade this fall. Okay, maybe I should wait till the fall. Although I've never been a person that has to go out and get the car. Some people are like, oh, the new phone, got to get it. It's like, well, what's wrong with your old phone?
Well, then why do you complain so much about your phone?
Well, no, I was just saying that.
You're like, everyone else got a new phone and I didn't.
Well, I think I'm 2 updates behind now. What are they up to?
Oh, 2 updates. Oh, my God. You're using a microwave over there.
Dixie Cups with the string.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I remember, I don't know. I have this could not be true at all, but Uncle Ron's and Auntie Alice.
Oh, they had
I feel like we did something with that up there.
Yeah, they had a camp on a lake in Maine, and we used to love going there.
Yeah.
Does it sound like Mom's home?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. All right. Trish was coming home just as we started, so we left Charlie in the other room by himself.
Yeah. And he did good, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. This is, again, comments from Nathan. I am in agreement with Matt about the urinal situation. We were talking the other day about urinal etiquette.
Yeah, you got to space it out.
You got to, leave a space, right?
Unless there's dividers. I feel like it's okay. If there's a good divider in between the two, I don't think it's that bad.
I also hate when guys try to make small talk in the restroom. Like, can't that wait until we get out of the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
The urinal's not a place for small days. Hey, how you doing?
Like at the sink, if you want to tell me, I don't know, at the sink, if you want to say something, maybe I'll let that slide. But yeah, no, the urinals, that's just weird.
Eddie says, my handwriting is awful. One of my college professors made me take a paper home and type it up because he couldn't read it. And his handwriting was worse than mine.
That's why I just type regardless.
I think it's
if they ever give you the option, I always type.
I think soon Americans aren't going to be able to sign their name because we just don't.
I think that's a little much.
You think so?
I think we'll be able to sign our name. Yes.
Yesterday marked what would have been the 70th. I didn't realize the 70th when I said that, 1951. But it would have been the 70th birthday of Robin Williams. So I posted on Facebook in the afternoon that he starred in so many great movies. It's not fair to ask you what's your favorite Robin Williams movie. So I said, how about your top 5? And we got a lot of good response. And some of these movies I've never heard of, which is like, giving me something to do this summer. Go check them out. Valerie said, World According to Garp.
Never heard of it.
Which I don't know. I don't know that movie. She also said Mrs. Doubtfire. Larry said Mrs. Doubtfire is his number 1. Good Will Hunting, number 2.
Great movie.
Hook is number 3. Have you seen that?
No.
Where
is it about fishing?
He plays Peter Pan.
Oh, I've probably seen that then.
Yes.
Yeah.
He plays Peter Pan. Good Morning Vietnam, of course. And Patch Adams, which I don't think I've seen. It's one of those movies I've seen clips of it.
I know nothing about it.
Patch Adams was a real-life doctor who would wear like a clown nose and floppy feet to go around and make the kids happy.
Oh, okay.
While he treated them. Donna said Birdcage, which I've never seen. Hook and Aladdin. Steve simply said Gone Too Soon. What a talent. Susan said Dead Poets Society, which is...
Ooh, good movie.
Yes, you've seen that one?
I have seen that one.
Chris Santos mentioned Birdcage, Awakenings, August Rush. I don't know that.
No, me neither.
August Rush. Mrs. Doubtfire and Good Morning Vietnam. We have a lot of mentions for Good Will Hunting. Jumanji. I forgot about that.
I don't think I've ever seen that full movie.
No?
No.
Yeah,
I've seen
good.
Pieces of it.
He was kind of scary in that at times, but yeah, he was good in that. Good Morning Vietnam. Jack. The movie. Yes, I have seen that.
I have not.
Something about, is he a photographer in that one? Or
I can't help you here.
I'll have to look that up. And Phyllis just simply said he was amazing. So, yeah, Robin, what a talent, huh? Gone far too soon.
Yeah, and thank you, everyone, for commenting.
Yep.
That was nice.
All right, so let's see. What's going on? Do we have folks checking in?
Yeah, let's see. Abby says good morning. Gail says good sunny morning.
Good sunny morning. Right.
Dana says morning game, vertical on the boo-boo bus. He also said Trish had a good night last night.
Oh, okay.
Abby was saying to Dana, no coffee today? And he said no, he had tea.
Oh, I see.
Have you ever been a tea guy?
Only if I have laryngitis.
Ah, okay.
Stan Lip, the former moderator at WBSM, taught me about tea and honey when you have laryngitis or a sore throat. So that's really the only time I go to tea.
Yeah, I went through like a brief tea phase, and since then, just haven't really gone back.
You did,
well, because I hated coffee for the longest time.
Yeah,
which I feel like is the relationship everyone has with coffee.
It's an acquired.
You hate it,
yeah,
and you put it off for as long as you can until you need the caffeine, and then you like coffee. That's how it goes.
Could be. Your sister Sarah went through a time, especially when she was in drama club, where she drank green tea. I can remember buying green tea by the caseload.
Oh, like the cold,
yes,
like bottles,
the bottles of green tea.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah,
those are good. Dana says we call her Ma Braley at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Ma Braley.
I feel like that's been her life, though. I feel like she's been Ma Braley, Mama Braley to like everyone. Wherever she goes, she becomes everyone's mom.
And she told me...
back off, she's mine.
She's told me stories about how, depending on the case, sometimes when there's a little child to take care of, that the 20-something guys, they'll be like, You do it.
Trish, your job.
Little kid here, you've dealt with this.
Gail says Patch Adams and Birdcage are really good.
Those are two I'll have to check out. I don't think I've ever seen.
And Nathan says that he's seen all of the movies we mentioned, and he loves Robin Williams.
Yeah.
We do need to check out those movies.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's a lot I haven't seen.
This is Thursday, July 22nd. Welcome to National Hammock Days.
I don't think we have a hammock.
No, we did once.
Yeah.
I had one of those that you didn't tie to a tree. It had a brace.
The one we had, you did tie it to a tree.
You did?
Unless we had more than one hammock.
We had more than one.
Because one attached to the tree, and because there was a hook on the side of the shed that we used.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, but I did have another one that had a green brace to it.
Oh.
So, of course, I wonder, do you think I could get out of a hammock now?
No. Probably not. You would need a hand.
It's National Refreshment Day, too.
Oh.
Which can be anything, right? Anything could be.
I would think so.
A wonderful refreshment. Oh, before I get to the date book, I did go down to CLab yesterday. I was down there for a couple hours. And CLab is a summer program in New Bedford, for those of you that are watching out of state. And it's been going on since 1968, but it has grown now that it's in a wonderful facility down the south end of New Bedford. 300 students, and they study everything from, marine life, hurricanes, how the weather affects the ocean and things. And I didn't see an octopus yesterday, but they had a giant one made out of, I guess, macrame or paper mache. They had a big octopus made, and I found out that the plural is octopuses.
Okay.
It is not octopi.
I don't know why you feel the strong need to bring this up again.
I just wanted to. Well, I learned something yesterday.
All right.
And I also learned that an octopus has 9 brains.
Interesting.
9 brains. I mean, what? I would assume they all.
I mean, maybe they're all like really small and they all work together. I don't know.
Maybe each brain controls one tentacle.
Maybe. Well, I mean, they have 8 of them, so.
Oh, okay.
Then they got one extra one.
He runs the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it was a fun day, and we'll have that show on New Bedford Cable Network and on Twitter and Instagram and all that, probably in about a week. On the datebook today, Catherine Lee Bates wrote America the Beautiful on this day in 1893. By the way, I do have my America shirt on. It's my 4th of July
solely for that? Or?
Red, white, and blue. No, but as I put it on, I remembered that we did have this today. So.
All right.
And it was 2 years ago today that the Marvel superhero film Avengers Endgame became the world's highest-grossing film, overtaking Avatar, earning $2.9 billion.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. Celebrity birthdays today. Alex Trebek was born on this day in 1940. Talking about one of the greats who has passed. And Selena Gomez. Happy birthday to her. She is 29. Coming up today, we have some life hacks. We've got a bunch of them that we'll share with you. Some life hacks, maybe things you haven't heard of, and you can tell us any that you might know. I have a wedding story where this time you might feel bad for the bride. Okay. The head of the Tokyo Olympics says he won't rule out canceling the games if things get worse. And a follow-up on that Swimply program we told you about.
Which I totally forgot what that was.
Swimply?
I had to read the...
You have to look it up?
Yeah.
All right. You said we got a comment from Gail about how she vacuums her mattress thrice a year, right?
Yes, which... until yesterday, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone that does it. But
we're talking about the germs and stuff on your bed, and one of the ways to keep it clean is to wash your sheets, of course, but also vacuum your bed. So,
which is interesting. I don't even know. I don't know. That just seems such a foreign concept to me. I wouldn't even think of that.
Lift the vacuum.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird.
And if I just put the Roomba on there, it wouldn't work.
Nathan did say, yes, my dad is Priscilla's cousin. So there we go. You did say her wrong name, though, but I'll let that slide. And Gail said, I love my hammock, but it is pretty comical for anyone watching me to get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's no easy way to get out of a hammock. It's been a while since I've been in one, but...
Even if you don't have back issues or anything, there's no easy way to get out?
I feel like you're still going to kind of look like a fool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there an easy way? Well, I guess.
What do you swing your legs over?
Well, you sit up, swing to the side, and then swing your leg, and then you just stand up. So, you know what? I take that back. It seems pretty easy. Next time I go in a hammock, I'm going to fall out of it. But anyways, Gail also said 1 brain for each tentacle and 1 for the head. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you
go.
All right.
And that's it.
In the news on this Thursday morning, Fenway Park is set to host its first ever golf event later this year. The Topgolf Live Stadium Tour announced yesterday that it is scheduled to come to Boston November 3rd through the 7th. This event is pending final licensing approval by the city of Boston. Participants will have a chance to hit golf balls into on-field targets at Fenway Park, ranging from 60 to 140 yards away. I could do that. Each shot is traced and instantly scored with Top Tracer technology. Tickets will become available on July 30th. As the nation prepares for the 20th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks, a Milton man is honoring the flight attendants on board the hijacked planes. Former flight attendant Polly Veneto said, "Every time I look at their pictures, it's like yesterday." Veneto was planning on pushing a beverage cart from Logan Airport in Boston to Ground Zero in New York to honor the crew members. He said, "I could walk to New York. I could run to New York. I could do the things that everybody else does, but I'm going to do something flight attendants do." The 62-year-old is using his more than 200-mile journey of pushing a beverage cart to raise money for the victims' families and their foundations. He is set to start the journey August 21st and plans to be in New York on September 11th.
I like it. That's different.
Police say they have apprehended a New Bedford man in connection to a bank robbery in Dartmouth on Monday. The Dartmouth Police Department arrested 41-year-old David Freites of New Bedford on Wednesday in connection to an armed robbery at the Bristol County Savings Bank. Freites is charged with armed robbery while masked, threats, and assault with a dangerous weapon. He is being held without bail until next Wednesday. I kind of wondered if, we had those bank robberies anymore. With high tech and everything, but evidently we do.
You definitely got to be a good bank robber to still succeed now.
I guess, yeah. Red Sox bats were alive once again as the final game was played in Buffalo for this season. We'll get to sports in just a moment, but the health and fitness file with Dr. Braley this morning.
I don't think you can just give yourself a PhD.
It's a joke. I've done the same joke for like 20 years.
I'm just saying.
Maybe it's time to move on.
We're going to get canceled out here.
Playing puzzles, card games, reading books, and engaging in other mentally stimulating activities later in life can help delay the onset of Alzheimer's by 5 years. Researchers studied nearly 2,000 people, about 80 years old on average, and free of dementia, and then followed them for 7 years. They found that those who were the most mentally active by playing puzzles, card games, and reading books typically develop dementia by age 94 compared to those least mentally active who usually develop dementia by 89 or some 5 years sooner.
You a big puzzle guy?
I like crossword puzzles. I did that for a while.
I'm a big puzzle guy. I like jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, you like? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You do like putting those together, don't you?
It's like I don't know, like you went unplugged. You're supposed to tap into your stuff.
Go.
Puzzles are a good way to do that, man. But they'll also be the most frustrating thing and definitely show you if you have anger issues. For sure.
Especially if the dog gets one piece, right?
Oh, my God. That was the most unsatisfying moment of my life. I'm still not over that.
Care to share it with the room?
I mean, you basically said it.
Yeah.
It was like a 1,000-piece puzzle. It took, I think it was me, Kat, and Josh that were doing it. It took us like a week or something like that because we did it in pieces. No pun intended. We got to the end and we were missing one piece, and we could not find it for the life of us. We think Oscar ate
Oscar the beagle.
Yeah, the beagle. R.I.P.
He would eat anything.
Yeah,
he would eat anything.
So we have a puzzle that is missing one piece, and if you have any sort of OCD, it'll drive you insane. Still keeps me up at night.
In sports, after a 6-home-run performance in Monday's blowout win, they added 5 more last night to beat the Blue Jays 7-4 in the final Major League game scheduled at Salem Field in Buffalo this season because Toronto's being allowed to go home now. That marked the first time Boston has hit at least 5 homers in multiple games within the same series. And yes, they keep track of everything. Since 1977, the Red Sox host the Yankees for 4 straight, starting tonight. And the chief of the Tokyo 2020 organizing committee said he won't rule out a last-minute cancellation of the Olympics. The official said, "We can't predict what will happen with the number of coronavirus cases, so we will continue discussions if there is a spike in cases. COVID-19 cases are rising in Tokyo, and the games will be held without spectators." That's going to be weird.
Yeah. I mean, and we had a year of it, but
I wonder if they're going to...
the Olympics is going to be weird.
I wonder if they'll have piped-in crowd noise like they did for some of those baseball games.
Point.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be very awkward if they don't, so...
As of last night, there have been 67 cases of COVID-19 infections in Japan, among those accredited for the game since July 1st, when many of the athletes and officials started arriving. Are you ready for a Baby Shark movie?
No.
That story is next. But we haven't talked about this much. How you feel about college athletes being able to make money this year?
That's a good point. I don't know. I haven't thought about it much. I mean, my thing is the schools were making the money and just pocketing everything.
Yeah.
So if they can make some money, and they're making it off of the players, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. So I'm for it.
I think, I'm for it too, only because, like you said, the schools are making the money. Why not have the kids?
I do think there needs to be some sort of like money management in place to help these kids.
Well, Alabama has a freshman quarterback this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having a bad pollen day, so I apologize for that. Alabama has a freshman quarterback, Bryce Young. He hasn't even taken a snap yet, but he's already raking in the cash. Speaking at the Texas High School Coaches Convention this week, Alabama coach Nick Saban revealed that one of his players has been offered a substantial name, image, and likeness deal. That's what the NIL stands for. If you keep seeing NIL money coming for it's name and image and likeness deal. Nick Saban said our quarterback has already approached ungodly numbers, and he hasn't even played yet. If I told you what it is, it's almost 7 figures. So
wow.
Already he's got $1 million deal. At least 13 states have NIL laws in place, and no two are the same, it seems. The NCAA's interim policy, which covers all states, allows players to strike deals, but they must adhere to rules adopted by their school. So each school has different rules, I guess. But
no, I'm definitely for it though, because like I said, the schools were just pocketing absurd amounts of money for these players' names and talent, and so I'm all for them making the money instead of the schools.
Right.
But they got to make sure that they're not going to go blow this cash on dumb things.
Yeah.
So. Because, I mean, you're literally talking about this kid's 18.
Yeah.
And he's making over $1 million.
Right.
Which I think is awesome for him. I mean, I can't play football like that.
But you're right. He does need some guidance before he goes crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Entertainment news. Nickelodeon has renewed Baby Shark's Big Show for a second season and is also in the early stages of developing a feature film based on the pop culture phenom. The preschool series is midway through its 26-episode first season and was the second most watched show among kids 5 and under in the second quarter of 2021, just behind Nickelodeon's Paw Patrol. Though it's in the early stages, producers want to further expand the Baby Shark character's world in the film.
Well, I mean, they're capitalizing on the momentum here, which I think is smart. A Baby Shark's going to die out at some point. So you might as well do everything you can while it's...
Yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't died out already. I mean,
it's big, though.
It was such a thing. Didn't some baseball player have it as his walk-up song?
Yeah, I don't know who, but
when you reach that status, it's like, I thought it would burn out, but it just hasn't.
It's just that catchy.
I guess
it's that
so.
good. I don't know. Does anyone watch the show? What's the plot?
The Baby Shark.
How do we rank it in our ranking of kids shows? Somebody with kids, let me know.
Yes, let me know.
I'm curious. I'm not going to watch it, but somebody let me know.
No, he won't do that. And last I heard, Liam's not into that yet. So
yeah, no.
Yeah. All right, here are some of the best life hacks that come from Redditors and BuzzFeed readers.
Let's do it. I'm a big fan of life hacks.
Okay. Number was to try to get on good terms with the secretaries at your company. They are the people who can most easily help cover for you when you make a mistake. Secretaries, tech support, and janitors are the true powers in office buildings. I always felt that way. I always felt like the receptionist or the secretary really runs the place.
Well, they're a part of everything.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah. And not paid nearly enough.
We need a secretary. Who wants to be our secretary?
Yeah, that's right. We do.
Can't pay you anything.
Yeah.
For now.
For now, you never know.
But it would be a fun job. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, we did a good job with the fluff, I think, product placement the other day. So.
Oh, you're talking about making. I thought you were talking about that. I was like, why does the receptionist have to do anything with fluff?
No, I'm saying
like,
we might be getting some money someday, because
sure.
we
I
can
don't know
do
about
it.
fluff, but
Okay.
maybe.
Make friends with the secretaries, tech support, janitors. Make friends. Remember birthdays. Remember their kids, and you can pretty much get anything you need if you do that.
Mm-hmm. It's good to know.
Respond with a friendly or polite attitude, even when someone is being rude or a jerk. It shuts them down 90% of the time. Have you noticed that, though, working with the public?
Say it again. Read it again.
Respond with a friendly or polite attitude, even when someone is being rude or a jerk. So you're just saying, hi, can I help you? I'd be glad to. Yeah.
No, it rarely changes the mood.
Really?
I try to, but it rarely... I feel like it rarely makes things better. If someone's mad, like I don't know, people don't really have the ability to kind of like cool down quickly after. Like if they're mad, they're staying mad.
They're staying mad.
In my opinion. It'll take them a little while to come down. But I don't know. They go in there knowing that they're going to be mad. So they've kind of already made up their mind. It's tough to convince them otherwise in a short period of time.
Right.
Plus, as the retail worker, you are the enemy. So.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I saw a very interesting TikTok the other day. It was being filmed actually in a boxing ring or in a gym, a bunch of guys hanging around, and this older gentleman was giving advice, and he mentioned to these young guys, he said, "Don't put yourself in a situation like there was this one guy who got into an argument in a bar, just a little argument, testosterone, drunk guys, whatever." And he ended up shoving the guy. The guy fell down, hit his head on a planter, and died.
What's the point?
So that young man...
That's depressing.
That young man ended up going to jail, going to prison for whatever, 15 years, 6 years, whatever. He said, I'm going to show you how you can handle that situation. Say you're in a bar.
Don't shove him.
Say you're in a bar, and someone looks at you and says, "What are you looking at?" Your first response should be, "That shirt. I love it. Where did you get that? I would really like to have." So you're diffusing it right away.
Yeah. I mean,
what are you looking at? Not much. That would escalate things.
Yeah, but I feel like both people in that scenario were looking for a fight. I don't think.
You don't think it would calm the guy down?
I don't think you're going to tell a boxer to be. I don't know if it was the boxer that shoved him, but like my point is, I don't think you're going to tell a guy who's like amped up. I don't think he's just going to be like, "Hey, I like your shirt, man."
Or if you're in a bar and a guy's with a woman and he looks at you and says, "You're looking at my woman," and you look at him and say, "Is her name Marge? Because she looks like someone I went to school with. Marge, is that you?"
See, I don't think that's going to de-escalate. I don't think that one would.
No, you don't think
that example? No, I don't think so. Like when people are looking for a fight, they want to fight. They want to keep. Like, they want to be mad.
When they're mad, they want to be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even the nice shirt. I don't know. They'll find something to say.
Yeah.
People are tough to cool down.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's just my opinion.
Back to our list of life hacks here. Before you start any household repair, search for it on YouTube.
Yeah. I feel like that should be common sense now.
At best, you may discover that you can fix it yourself. At worst, you've gained some knowledge so you can explain the trouble to a repairman and make sure you don't get taken advantage of.
I will say, though, piece of advice, you need to become good in this and also in anything where you need to search online. You need to become good at how to write the question.
In Google?
How to search, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's a valuable skill that's not talked about, and I can't really teach you how. But you need to be, like, as descriptive but also make sense You need to always think, like, what has somebody else searched in this situation? And then you'll probably find the answer. But that's the challenging part, is thinking of what to search. So, like, on YouTube, you need to know what to
search
or
how to search for it, right?
But yeah, an important skill.
Here's one I've never heard of before. Use a slice of bread to pick up shattered glass. The consistency and texture picks up even the smallest shards.
I thought it was going to be the cookie thing.
The cookie thing?
If you put a piece of bread in with cookies, it keeps them soft.
Yeah, they won't go stale on you if you put a piece of bread in the container.
And it's kind of, the bread ends up getting hard.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's interesting.
Yeah. But I never thought of, because I've dropped a glass or two in my day.
Yeah, you have.
And who hasn't, right?
Yeah.
Me, maybe more than others.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always those little shards, that you don't see.
You end up cutting your foot like a day later.
You find them later that night when you're walking around barefoot. There are hundreds of free certifications and classes that you can take online and add to your resume. Take a few that are relevant to your career and throw them on your resume. They'll make you stand out from the other candidates and serve as a conversation starter during your interview.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Didn't know that.
Always keep learning. I mean, you can always pad that resume to look better than other people. I heard Google is actually coming out. It's not like a college degree, but they're coming out with like training stuff where you actually get like a certificate. Maybe it's like an associate's.
Cool.
But like, yeah, Google's coming out with some sort of training thing.
If you leave a website with items still in your cart, if you're shopping and you leave the website, items are still in your cart, you will likely receive an email offering up to 20% off to complete your purchase. Yes?
I don't know if I've gotten the discount. A lot of the time, though, it's like you forget that I don't know. Sometimes you just add stuff to your cart just to, I don't know, see things.
Yeah.
Or to, like, keep tabs on it or whatever. But, yeah, then you get the email, and it's kind of annoying.
Annoying?
But yeah, no, I don't know if I've gotten a discount. I just got, like, hey, did you forget that you're almost done with your order or something like that? I don't know. I don't know if I got a discount.
The next suggestion is to make friends with people who look different from you. They will introduce you to other cultures and things that you might not have been exposed to otherwise. I have found that over the years. I mean, I haven't made a concentrated effort but just meeting people in classes or at work.
Yeah.
And just talking to them and learning about new things. It's kind of cool.
No, it's good. It's good advice.
Don't ask your significant other. Oh, this is a good one. Don't ask your significant other where he or she wants to eat. Because
just be single and you get to decide where you want to eat.
Instead, tell him or her to guess where you're taking them and then go with the first place they guess.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that. Yes.
How many times do you ask your wife or husband, how many times do you say, where do you want to go tonight? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. And then you bring up Italian? I don't want to tell you. Mm-hmm. So instead say, I'm going to take you someplace tonight. Guess
That's what
where?
we go through every week.
Oh, yeah. Usually starts about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we try and figure it out like a week in advance.
Yeah.
It never works.
We have a takeout night every week, and usually it's Friday, about 11 o'clock Friday morning. What do you want to take out?
What are you guys thinking?
And then, now I've got a bone to pick with you on this one.
Bring it on.
All right. He'll ask me that. He'll say, what are you thinking? And I'll start giving suggestions. I'll say, how about subs? How about pizza?
Well, first off, you guys always go with Riccardi's. First choice. Like, what are you guys thinking? Well, what if we do pizza from Riccardi's the next week? What if we do subs from Riccardi's? I'm like, no offense to Riccardi's, but I'm just not the biggest fan. Like, they're a great place for people who like thin crust pizza. I don't.
Okay.
But you guys always, that's the go-to. That's the number one
I like
suggestion.
the restaurant. But
there's other places.
But you don't give suggestions. You always say to me, what are you thinking? So I go, well, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. And you go, meh.
I will say the difficult part about deciding with your parents, though, is if I just came out and said, I want burritos, sometimes they would just give in and get burritos even if that's not what they want. So I try and feel it out. I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to feel out what you guys want to see if our likes are in line with each other.
Well, you could surprise me and come up with an idea once or twice.
I don't know, but I feel like as a parent, you'll just be like, okay, let's do it. Sure. And then you'll like just choke down the burrito and vomit later.
I would not go along with something that I really don't want to have.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
All right. Okay.
Maybe I'll suggest something.
We'll see how this week goes. I thought you weren't supposed to use Wikipedia for a reference in school.
It's become, well, for a reference in school, probably not.
Okay.
But it's not like the worst place to get information. You need to research Wikipedia with an open mind that anyone can change the information.
Right.
But most of the time that doesn't happen.
If you're in school and need sources for a paper, just go to the Wikipedia page.
No, this is right.
Okay. Just go to the Wikipedia page of whatever topic you're writing about. At the bottom of the page, you will usually find over 50 sources already in the proper format.
Yes, Wikipedia puts references, and those you still need to research to make sure it's a reliable source.
Right.
But those are more reliable. Like you'll find reliable sources from Wikipedia.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
in
that's
that case, you can use Wikipedia for school.
Just 2 more life hacks here, and feel free to comment in the chats with any. How would you describe a life hack? It's like a trick that
I think everyone knows what a life hack is. It's a thing you wouldn't think of, but it's very useful.
Yeah, it's a trick you learn. Slow cookers are like magic. What's the latest rage? Instapots? Or that was last year, I guess.
Air fryers, I think.
Air fryer, yeah. Slow cookers are like magic. I toss everything in before I leave for work, and I have a delicious meal ready when I get home. Even when I don't feel like cooking, dinner is already made.
See, but has anybody watched This Is Us?
I have not.
I watched the first season because, I don't know, it was hyped up. I'm always down for a good story. I lost it, though. They lost me. Is it still good? Does anybody still watch This Is Us? But anyways, I guess I can... Do you guys care about spoilers? If you're going to watch This Is Us, mute the show for a second. Okay. I'll give you guys a second. All right, here we go. So, in the show, they put a crock pot. It was like Football Sunday. They have a crock pot, and they forget to unplug it, and then it sparks, and the whole house burns down.
Oh.
Yeah, so... Is there like any sort of safety on crock pots? I mean, in the show it was an old crock pot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's why the only thing about is it smart to leave your crock pot going all day while nobody's home.
I'm usually home now, so it doesn't.
True.
Really...
For us, it doesn't affect. But that person was like, I love going to work and then coming home to a fresh cooked meal, which is true. It's good if you can leave it on all day.
If it's an old crock pot, I'd be worried. Yeah.
I don't know. Let me know. Does anybody watch This Is Us? Is it still good? Should I go back and finish it? They kind of lost me.
Yeah. And the final life hack is to cut out toxic people from your life. It has 0 negative consequences and will make your life 100% better.
I don't really see that as a life hack. That's just a good piece of advice.
Really?
So I'm done with the show.
It's not that
it's toxic.
It's not that it has negative consequences, right? Because, I mean, won't that person call you and say, where you been? You know? I don't know.
I mean, wait, so they're saying cutting out people will have no negative consequences?
Yeah, they say cut out toxic people. It has 0 negative consequences. Maybe it has 3%.
Some.
You know?
Yeah, they're 3%. Not. It's definitely better to cut them out than to keep them with you. But yeah, you might have some awkwardness.
Yeah, we use the, talking about air fryers, we used the air fryer last night. It's so easy to do like fries or what do you have? It was
a Trish's working meal.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets and I had a chicken patty.
We don't cook too crazy when Mom's at work.
Some days you do.
So yeah,
like Monday you cooked some pasta kielbasa thing.
A 1-pot kielbasa pasta.
There it is.
Yeah. Any chats this morning?
Yes. Let's see. All right. Mrs. Guy says store-bought or homemade cookies regarding the bread with the cookies. We always did it with homemade. I don't know if it would work with store-bought.
Yeah, because store-bought's already crunchy when you get them, right?
Not always.
That's true.
Do you remember the Shaw's cookies?
Yes.
Those were the best cookies.
Yes. The chocolate chip.
I miss the Shaw's in Fairhaven.
Yeah.
Let's see. Diane said, good morning. I'm late today, so I'm watching from the beginning.
Oh.
I have a suggestion for Matt's job title, Jack of all trades, master of none, an expression my father uses. I think that's a compliment and an insult all in one.
All in one.
I know you didn't mean it like that. I'm just kidding. But but no, that's probably true. I do consider myself that. I'm good at a lot of things, master of pretty much nothing, so.
I used to always say that thank God I was born with a curiosity, so I know a little bit about a lot.
Yeah. I like to learn. I hope that never goes away.
I don't know a
I
lot
like to
about
learn new things.
I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I know a little bit about a lot.
Dana said Wame's. I think we got that recently. But maybe that's Friday. Who knows?
Yeah.
Although I think we're thinking pizza for Friday.
Yes, we are.
But not from Ricardo's.
No, you're thick crust pizza
yes.
for you.
Diane says air fryers. I hate Instant Pot. We don't have one. I got Kat one because she wanted it. I don't know. It might be in storage right now. They're in the process before moving into a house. But
right.
But yeah, I think they liked it. They've only used it a couple times, but they made.
She
made soup one time. She's made. What else has she made? What was like the whole reason they got it? It wasn't soup. It was something else. I don't know. Kat's not with us, unfortunately, this week.
She's working this week.
We'll get back to you.
Our friend Mary Jane down the street, she loves her Instant Pot. So what is it about your Instant Pot that you don't like? Maybe you can share that with us.
That's a good question.
Yeah, why don't you like it?
Abby says when reheating rice, put a separate cup with some water in it. The rice won't be hard. I've heard something like that.
See, I'll try that because I don't like warmed up rice.
I also don't like warmed up mashed potatoes.
Yeah, not a fan of those.
That one's tough.
I'm
trying to think of any sort of reheated like meat. Like if you cook chicken again, like if you put chicken in the microwave or steak, in my opinion, none of it's good. Is there a right way to reheat like a chicken or steak?
And can you warm up a piece of pizza without it getting whatever greasy, moist? You know.
Ooh, you just pissed off a lot of people by saying that.
They don't like that word.
A lot of people don't like that word.
I don't know why people don't like that word.
It's just a thing.
What word? I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again because I know.
Abby's life hack was in the microwave. Yes, I have heard that. I thought I heard that with something else too. We're putting a cup of water.
You put a cup of water in with rice.
Yeah, and it keeps it that word.
That's pretty cool.
Mrs. Guy said, "This is us. Amazing still, but 2021, 2022 will be the last." See, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people get mad when shows end early, like after only a couple seasons. But I feel like some stories are only meant to be told over a short period of time.
Right.
And when you start to drag it on, like The Walking Dead, I feel like has failed epically on dragging on a story way too long.
Yeah.
Does anyone still watch Walking Dead? Is it
we don't in this
even
house.
Remotely good? Let's see. Crockpots have safety shutoffs. That's good to know. Thank you.
But we used to have, really appointment viewing for The Walking Dead. It was like, 10 minutes before the show.
Big fans.
But
and then
now,
it's gone.
Nothing.
Ever since they fought Negan, and he didn't die, and you're just like, are you serious? Again, we have to deal with this guy?
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. Diane said, yeah, that was sad. Crockpot really took a hit after that, but I believe there was a frayed wire that caused it, not the use of the pot. Yeah, there was something wrong with it because they had said it was old. But that does kind of stink if Crockpots actually like took a hit because of the show.
Well, they might, yeah.
They might have. Let's see. Diane said, I still haven't watched all the ones that I recorded from the last season. Well, someone let me know if it's worth watching.
But I always say there's a reason you're not going to it. If Diane hasn't watched the shows, there's a reason she doesn't.
You could just be busy, bro. Not all of us watch as much TV as you. Burn.
I consider myself burnt.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Let's see. Abby said the crock pot was broken in the show, and by a curtain, I believe. I still wouldn't like to leave crock pot going with no one home. Yes, it was by a curtain. Yeah, the crock pot was broken. It wasn't the crock pot's fault. Mrs. Guy said crockpots are the teacher's savior. Crock pot meals are good. Man.
They are. Generally, yes.
They are. Like, I feel like a lot of times they're better than, like, what is it? Like chicken. Like the chicken meals, the pork chop meals that you make in the crock pot are better than if you were to make them in the oven.
I think I'm using the crock pot today. I think I'm making the taquitos, right?
Oh, that's today. That's right. Taquito is one of my favorite meals.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. Well, I wanted it on Saturday, but Kat had to throw a wrench in the plan.
So I'm talking to Kat. I love all these stories. Someone mentioned this to me yesterday. I was at CLab in New Bedford, and they said, you know what I miss about your show? I miss hearing about your family. See? Look at that,
There we go. You're just going to hear me rash on my sister.
So Kat and Josh come over every weekend. It's so cute. And they've been coming over Saturdays. So, we're trying to make a meal that everybody enjoys.
And I call them just to make sure.
So we were making the menu for the week, which, yes, we do. We find it much easier to shop and to
Every
prepare.
Sunday night.
So every Sunday night we make the menu. So he was thinking, what about taquito? Let me call Kat. So he called her.
Yes.
And he said, how about taquitos, which I hope, does everybody know what taquitos are?
I would think so. It's like shredded chicken with cream cheese and taco seasoning. And
Yeah.
It's like, I don't, it's like a burrito kind of.
Then you put them in
Put rice in there.
Then you put them in a, tortilla?
Yes.
And it's one of our faves. So she was up for it. So Monday, she's talking to me on the phone while driving back from the summer camp she's working at. And Monday, she said, oh, you know what I'm craving? I said, what? She says, your garlic crusted chicken with Parmesan shells. I said, okay.
Which is also a good meal.
Yeah.
But
I said,
that's not what the plan was.
I can make that. You want to make that Saturday? And I don't know, did she say it? Or maybe I said it. You just have to run that by your brother.
That's
So-
right. Notice how I make all the decisions in this family. So who was it? I think it was Bruce that was like, oh, Pete's the boss. Is he, though? Is he, though?
Because
I'm the boss of this house.
if we don't listen to him,
No, Trish.
trust me, it goes on forever.
I'm actually contractually obligated to say Trish is actually the boss of the house.
You are when
Yes.
she's away.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I just live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I changed the entire schedule and our entire lives for Kat.
So you're gonna have
She can have her Parmesan chicken and shells.
you're gonna have your taquitos tonight.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were supposed to have tonight, but it got the boot to next week. Let's see.
A crock pot meal is, and then I always have to, like right after the show, I'll be checking the recipe because I got to know what time I have to get this in.
Yeah.
Because
Crock pots are difficult sometimes.
there are some menus.
You got to cook in advance.
There are some recipes where it's 6 hours on low.
Yeah.
Then there's another one I make. It's 2 hours on high.
So if you miss it, it becomes a takeout.
I got to have something ready, but I think it's the taquitos.
It becomes a takeout night if you miss it.
Yeah. I think the taquitos I have to in by noon.
Let's see. I'm getting some advice here. Justin says you can reheat on stovetop. So that's good advice. Diane also says you can warm it up in the air fryer. They have lots of different settings.
What are we talking about?
How I was asking about reheating like chicken and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Nathan said pizza in the oven. My only issue with that is I feel like when you reheat pizza in the oven, it becomes too crunchy.
Yes.
Which I'm not a fan of crunchy pizza.
See, so you've got a dilemma here. If you go in the microwave, it's greasy. If you
don't
go in
have
the oven,
an
it's
issue
dry.
with the microwave. You're the one with the issue.
Okay.
I feel like I hit the sweet spot. The thing is, if you cook it too long in the microwave, it becomes really greasy.
Right.
But if you hit that sweet spot, where it's
yeah,
no longer cold.
Because then, it's like if you don't do enough, it's cold.
But I also like cold pizza, so I'm okay with that as well.
And then there's your mother who puts things in the microwave like for 5 minutes.
I do have to say, I'm getting yelled at by Mrs. Guy. She said Matthew with an exclamation point, which is serious. No one ever calls me Matthew, ever.
No.
So this is serious. She said it was still amazing in all caps. That's right. I forgot. So I will take your word for it. I will, if I can find the time, I'm going to watch it because you said it was amazing.
You're going to watch This Is Us?
Yes.
All right.
I will say that Sarah actually tagged me in something. There was a post where someone said, what's the male version of Karen? Is it Matthew? I feel like it's Matthew.
Yeah.
And she said, Sarah commented and was like, what did she say? Something like, do you agree with this or are you mad about this or something?
Yeah.
I'll let it slide because no one ever calls me Matthew. And I feel like if there's a Matthew out there that strictly goes by Matthew, they're probably a Karen. Matt is the cooler version of Matthew. Everyone knows it.
Right.
Everyone knows it. Like, I've probably been called Matthew, like, I don't know, 12 times in my entire life.
Now, someone in that posting did comment that she thought the name was Chad. She thought that
that's a different thing.
Male version of Karen was a Chad.
No, a Chad is like someone that wears vineyard vines and their dad's a lawyer, and so if they ever get into a fight, they're like, "You're going to hear from my dad." Like, that's a Chad. I think
that's a Chad.
I'm pretty sure there's a Chad and a Brad. I think that's a Chad. Somebody let me know.
Okay.
Justin would know. Justin, let me know.
And what's a Brad?
I don't know. I feel like the same, like similar.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Dana said, I am an old school chef and do everything stovetop or oven. So do you have a microwave?
Wow.
That's my question.
Does everything stovetop or oven?
Plus, do you ever stoop and like eat a Hot Pocket? Or is that like a sin?
Hot Pockets.
Like, are you ever in a pinch and you're like, I'm really craving a Hot Pocket, but I can't because I'm a chef?
Why?
Like, is that a dilemma that you have?
And why do we always bite into a Hot Pocket knowing we're going to burn our mouth?
Yeah.
But we still do it because we can't wait. I don't know. I've done that so many times.
I feel like it's because you can't really tell until you bite into it.
Yeah.
Plus, you kind of have to bite into it to let some heat out.
True.
So you just get ready for the burnt tongue.
There you
go. Justin said, yeah, Chad's kind of look like a meathead frat boy. That's a good way to put it, Justin.
All right.
A meathead frat boy.
I like that.
Who runs to their father, the lawyer. Justin also said, I think it's Kevin or Mike, to be honest.
Mike? I can see Kevin.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about Mike. I could see Kevin, though.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Our neighbor's name is Kevin. If you're watching this over there, we apologize.
Mom just left, by the way.
Yes, so Charlie is barking, but he's out there, so maybe it's not too loud.
She did this to us once before. She schedules a hair appointment for 9 in the morning.
But the problem is she schedules them in advance.
Yeah.
So she couldn't change them. She's in the process of trying to change them.
So if the appointment's at 9, she has to leave at 8:45.
Yes.
Which leaves Charlie barking now and missing Mom. So
we'll rescue him in a little bit.
Yeah. Here's the wedding story for you that I mentioned. It's not a bridezilla. In fact, you kind of feel sorry for the bride, I think. A bride dislocated her knee during the first dance with her husband at the wedding reception in Pennsylvania.
That's a little bit too hard of a first dance, I think.
After planning their dream wedding, the couple was forced to postpone it and make some other major adjustments due to the pandemic. They were finally able to get married this month, but their dream night quickly turned into a nightmare after she dislocated her knee during the first dance. One of the guests, who was a doctor, was able to help her until medics could arrive and take them to the hospital. They told all their guests to stay and enjoy the reception, and they eventually made it back for the last song after several hours in the hospital to stabilize her knee.
That sucks. You're missing your wedding, pretty much.
I'm surprised that she must have really jacked it up because...
But what are you doing for a first dance? What was the song? Were you doing the cha-cha slide for your first dance? Like, I don't understand.
But Kat has had... Was it a volleyball player?
I don't know.
Kat's an athletic trainer at Norton High School, and she had a dislocated... She called me and told me about it. Said, it was so cool.
Well, she didn't personally have it. She had somebody...
She had a student who dislocated her kneecap. Yeah. So all she did was go over there and pop it back.
Which is weird and gross.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this bride did it worse.
Maybe.
But she had to go to the hospital. But
Well, I mean, maybe no one there could pop it back in. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But would you stay at the reception? I mean, well, I guess, right?
As who, the guest?
As the guest.
I would feel bad, but she probably wanted everyone to stay, so I would probably stay out of it. Just to make her happy.
Right.
Did the groom go with her?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good.
So the bride and groom are gone, and you've got this party going on, so I guess you might as well enjoy it, right?
I guarantee she was like, nobody leave. Everybody stay, enjoy yourself, and at that point, you better not leave. Especially if imagine she came back and nobody was there.
Yeah, that would suck.
So, hopefully they can do like a reception part 2.
And
just throw a little party and have some fun.
What a story they have to tell, huh? To share.
But what song was it? That's all I want to know.
You gotta know.
How are you dislocated? I mean, it's literally. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone that's doing a first dance. I've been to a couple weddings.
It's a slow dance.
Nobody knows how to dance these days. You're just swaying back and forth.
Right.
That's it. How are you dislocating your knee? I want to know what it was.
Unless they were one of those couples that choreographs.
Yeah, did they have a number planned?
Yeah.
That would be even worse. Imagine working that hard to learn a dance and then you dislocate your knee.
All right. I've got homework to do, I guess. I have to dig into this
Somebody
story.
find this bride. Let me know.
All right, and here's a follow-up to a story we had a while ago. Remember I told you about a company called Swimply?
Yes.
That's where you could rent out your pool. Well, a couple in Portland, Oregon, has made $111,000 in less than a year after hosting 2,700 guests who booked stays at their home through a site known as the Airbnb of backyard pools. The couple managed to generate the six-figure income using Swimply, which offers homeowners a chance to rent out their swimming pools at an hourly rate. This couple offered up their 15,000-gallon pool for rent at a fee of $75 an hour for a minimum of 5 guests. They also charge an additional $10 per hour for each guest above 5. The pool allows for a maximum of 23 guests. Not only do they keep the pool at 90 degrees, which seems a little hot for me.
A little bit.
There's a dressing room that has a toilet and sink.
That was going to be my question,
Yeah.
actually.
The pool was not being used. They hadn't used it in the last 2 years, ever since their youngest daughter moved out. They heard of Swimply and decided to list their pool for rent. The platform currently numbers around 13,000 pool owners in 125 cities nationwide. For each booking, Swimply takes a 15% cut from the hosts, and they take another 10% cut from the guests. Swimply also offers its host liability insurance that covers as much as $1 million. The service also offers a property damage protection policy.
All right, so then the percentage they're taking out is definitely worth it if they have all that protection there.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, I mean, good for them for renting out their pool, making a quick buck. But who's renting out somebody else's pool? I feel like that's such a weird concept.
Well, they're renting out their own pool. Oh, what do you mean? Who is saying, hey,
who's
can
saying,
I rent
hey,
your
can
pool?
I rent your pool? I don't know. That's just weird. Like, hey, can I come over to your house and just swim in your pool?
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be weird.
That'd be something you'd have trouble doing?
Yeah, I mean, at least there's a bathroom outside. That was going to be my question. Like, do you have to let them use your bathroom? But I guess these people don't.
Yeah.
At least, but $100,000, good for them.
All right, so is he quieting down? Charlie's quieting down?
Or he's getting into trouble.
Yeah, one or the other.
We got to find out sooner or later.
What before we wrap up, do we have any comments?
Diane said there is a recent lawsuit involving Pop-Tarts because kids will burn their mouths if they bite into them right away. Kind of stupid. Which leads me to this question.
Yeah.
Do people actually warm up Pop-Tarts? I mean, they're definitely better warmed up, but, like, who has the time for that? And does that?
I've never liked them warmed up. If you offer me a choice, I'll take it raw.
No, they're definitely... Don't say that again. Anyways, they're definitely better warmed up, for sure.
Not toasted. Sure. I'll take them not toasted.
There you go.
Yeah.
But no, they're definitely better toasted, but, like, nobody does that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
I could be wrong.
It wasn't a thing with us.
I said that nobody takes baths, and apparently everyone on this planet takes a bath and immediately takes a shower.
Right.
But Pop-Tarts, I don't know.
The things
that is stupid, though. How there's a lawsuit. That's crazy. Charlie is heating up out there. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Dana says, yes, I have a microwave, and yes, I love Hot Pockets. Some of the ERs give them to us. You can't not like Hot Pockets. Right. So I'm glad you said that. And last but not least, Justin said, moral of the story, keep an athletic trainer at your wedding.
Yes.
Hire Kat. I don't even know if she would want to do that, but, well, I think she would. That would be an easy job.
Well,
I'm going to tell her to get on that.
If she gets free banquet mashed potatoes,
then I'll go with her. I'll be her assistant.
All right, that's going to do it for us for today. Laptop update. They fixed it. They fixed it.
It's fixed, but I don't know where it is. It's being shipped. It's being shipped back to the Apple Store, so I'm waiting for a phone call.
Yep.
So maybe by tomorrow, but definitely by Monday, I will have my laptop.
And the thing that really drives them crazy, or one of the things, is that they didn't tell you what was wrong with it.
No, I still don't know. So
so
I could have nothing on my hard drive. I could have everything on my hard drive.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
The email says nothing about the hard drive, nothing about what was wrong.
Waiting for a phone call.
Just that they fixed it relatively quickly, I think.
I mean, it took a day. Like, it was sitting there for a day where they hadn't diagnosed it yet. But once they diagnosed it, it took, it was in one day that they fixed it. So
all right. So we're hoping for today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we'll leave you with this thought for the day for today as Charlie continues to whine outside.
Yes, we need to rescue him.
All right. Sometimes you have to get knocked down lower than you've ever been to stand up taller than you ever were.
Boom.
Whoa. Go out and make it a great day.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.